Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. At this session I'm gonna tell you how to extrude our geometries in order to submit interesting models. So I'm gonna explain extrusion or extrude command briefly. Here if we had a line like this or a curve, no matter open or closed, here we got an open and a closed curve. We can extrude them as you are concerned. If I select them, here as you can see we got the extrude closed planar curve in pop-up. I start the command, or even you can type the command in the command line ext and then extrude CRV. Then we can have the extrusion. Check this out. By this way you can extrude the curves, and then if I choose the open curve we can have a surface. Check this out. Let's talk about the options. If I select the object and start the command, here we can specify the extrusion distance like 40 units enter, and the line, check this out, 20. So the most important option here is the distance or the size. The another option is both sides. If I set it to yes, then we will have the extrusion in both sides, top and bottom. For example 15, then we will have 15 at top and 15 at bottom as the distance. But in the closed curves, we got another important option, which is solid, which is set to yes. It covers the top and bottom surfaces. But if I set solid to no, let's check it out. As you can see, the top and bottom surfaces are not covered. As you can see, they are opened. That in the opened curve, solid is not effective. I mean, has got no effect, either yes or no. And here there is another option, which is set base point. Then as you can see, by default when we sketch when we extrude, the base point is set at the middle, but you may want to modify the base point position. You can click on set base point, and then by a click we can set the base point of the extrusion. Or assume that here you got an extrusion here, or a mass. Then you want to extrude the rectangle at the size of this extrusion. I select it, and then I start the command of extrude, set base point. Then by click and drag at the another extrusion, I can adjust the size. Check this out by this way. But if you got two objects or two extrusions or curves, that one of them is inside the another one, and then if I extrude these, let's check it out. I set solid to yes. As you can see, the inside of it is empty or is voided. And the last item is the direction of the extrusion. That by default it is set to, when we extrude an object, the extrusion is toward upwards. But here you may want to modify the direction. You can click on direction, and then in front view, check this out, you can specify the direction of the extrusion. You can have the extrusion slanted like this way. So you got too many options. And about the final point in extrusions, that assume that if we had a semicircle, and then if we extrude it at the direction of top or up, or at the direction in which we got two control points at one direction. Let's check it out, guys. I want to extrude it at this direction, for example. Look, we won't be able to extrude it. So if in the extrusion process there was two control points along an axis, check this out, we got two control points in the direction, we won't be able to extrude the curve. But here there is a trick. As you remember, we used gumball for the extrusion. If we use gumball to extrude it, check this out, then we will have the extrusion successfully. This was the trick that I wanted to tell you. And the another command that you need it in your ComWorks is array. which is used for duplicating a specific object at a specific count. However, later I will talk about array command comprehensively. Assume that here we got a square and there we're gonna array it or duplicate it at a specific count. Here we got different types of array commands, array CRV, array. Here we need array linear. I start the command of array linear. Then we can specify the number of the items, 20 for example. I set preview to yes. Then if I click, we can specify the direction and also the distances. That you can use the commands of sketching lines for considering the angles or fixed lengths. For example, I press down F8 to activate ortho. And then I specify 5 unit, enter, and then I specify the direction, and then I click to finish the array. As you remember, I told you when you are using some commands like move, copy, and also array, you should activate the project and planar in the 2D views. I'm gonna give you an example with array and project and also planar, and then show you the consequences. For example, here we got a circle and also a square. The circle is inside this square. Zoom selected. I move the circle upwards. Here, suppose that we're gonna have a tower, for example. Here in the front view, I select them and then I start the command of array linear, 20 as the counter number. The planar is activated as you can see, but the project not. Here if I array them without using project, let's check it out. Everything is okay apparently, but in the perspective view, check this out. They are not arrayed vertically. So you're familiar with these. Let us try again. I'm gonna follow them in the 4 views. Array, 20 as number. Check this out. They are slanted, but if I enable project, then this will be the result. They are arrayed straightly. So by this way, we can array them successfully. So guys, don't forget to practice these, then we can explain the homework.